conceptually, I think delayed attribution, one person, like a person, can grasp it. But when you're putting it into practice and looking at how it actually works in a dashboard, it can feel very different. Okay. If Facebook serves you an ad today and you see it, and you go ahead and you click through that ad and you make a purchase, that is considered 1-day view, 1-day click attribution, meaning all of the actions happened today, November 12th. If you see the ad and do not click on it, but still like later, say you see it in the morning, you don't click on the ad, and you end up going to the website later that night and making that purchase, then Facebook counts that as 1-day view attribution. So when you split out in your dashboard, when you split out your comparing windows and you do it by 1-day view and then 1-day click, 7-day click, 28-day click, that's when you're seeing 1-day view and 1-day click, you're seeing all of the actions being captured in that day. See if you are served that ad today, November 12th, and you either just see it or you click on it today, but you do not make that purchase today, but you decide, okay, today's Thursday and then it's the end of the weekend, it's Sunday, and you're on Instagram and like you're just in a mood to shop in general. And then you go and you're like, oh, I saw this ad the other day. Let me go Google that brand. And then you go and Google it 3 days from now, and then you buy it on that day, on Sunday, even though you saw the ad today. That is delayed attribution. So what Facebook is going to do is they're going to attribute the revenue from Sunday, the future, to today, Thursday. Because again, conceptually, it's like, yeah, sure. So this idea of like a full attribution window, which we talk about a lot here, is actually that full 28-day period, because that's how Facebook continuously keeps updating its system. So anytime between today, so let's pretend today was November 1st instead. So Facebook, just to keep it simple, so Facebook will attribute if you saw the ad on November 1st, even if you did not interact with that ad at all, Facebook will attribute the revenue that if you make that purchase anytime between November 1st and November 28th, they will attribute it to the ad dollar you spent on November 1st.
So then we move into what's like the next level, which is delayed attribution multiplier.
Yeah.
And because all of this, like day to day, week in, week out, it's important to have your 1-day target that's based on the full attribution. Yeah. Because otherwise, you can play a game of like, oh crap, everything's on fire. Or it's like, no, you want to understand buying patterns that happen, like Saturday, Sunday, things peak. Maybe we see higher on Google Shopping on Monday, Tuesday. So there's these things that are like regular patterns, but we then hit Q4 and Black Friday, Cyber Monday's coming. And so we start talking about this thing of the delayed attribution multiplier. Walk me through that.
Okay, the importance of delayed attribution in an example. So if I'm looking at the total ROAS for a month. So I'm looking at, for a client that I have, I'm looking at the ROAS for September, which is when I just look at the ROAS without any delayed breakdown or anything, it's 2.56. Okay. But when I look at delayed attribution and I want to calculate that multiplier, I'm going to break it out into the attribution views. And the day one view plus the day one click is 1.83. The day one view plus the 28-day click is 2.56. The difference between the 28-day ROAS and the 1-day ROAS of 2.56 minus 1.83 comes out to 0.73. Now what you do is you take that difference between the 28-day and the 1-day, and you divide it by your total 1-day ROAS, which is 1.83. So 0.73 divided by 1.83 is 40%.
It's that basic like percent increase formula.
Exactly. So how much lift are you getting between day 1 and day 28? You're going to get a 40% increase. When you do this for yourself, like choose a delayed attribution period that is complete and do it for yourself and look at that month ROAS and then look at it through the breakdown of the attribution windows. And I swear to God, your life will change, because honestly, none of this I'll be completely honest with you, in that None of this made any sense to me until I did it that way.
It
And I,
sounds like wizardry. It sounds like
yeah,
some guru like nonsense.
yeah.
It does
And
at first.
exactly. And the reason that it's going to change your Black Friday strategy is because right now, like we're in that period where people are just window shopping. And
Yeah.
so if you go back and you look at your data in this way for last year, because obviously it's 2020. So if you look at your November data from 2019 and you pull your delayed attribution, you'll be able to see through that multiplier what you can expect during the month of November. So you might be seeing a really big lull in sales right now because people are window shopping, but people who clicked on your ads like a week ago or just saw your ads a week ago and are holding off on buying are going to come back on Black Friday and make that purchase, and then that attribution is going that revenue is going to be attributed to this month, and you're actually going to see much higher sales during November than you do just like on this one day.
Connor from Ridge Wallet tweeted this great graph of like their last year 2019 holiday season November of like this is the monthly like ROAS, and this was like start of the month all through the month and then plow like bam up. But it's that feeling, and I think it's even more acute right now because of what's happened throughout the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Right? We had this like sort of COVID arbitrage of tons of money got pulled, tons of eyeballs got added.
Totally.
So the cost to advertise went down, and ROAS like did all kinds of wonderful things for the
Totally.
spring and mostly the summer. And then you have the like traditional summer lull that felt a lot lullier based on that immediate history. And we had like the election, and whether or not that actually spiked spend in a considerable way, it sure looks like it might have. Correlation causation is tough, but it was just like this. When I look at the big picture numbers, it's this bleak uptick in cost.
Yeah.
And you conflate that with what you've recently experienced, and it's so easy to forget that, like, especially that seasonality, the delayed attribution multiplier, the instinct is to pull back for efficiency, but knowing where your historical realities to lean in, but still being able to say, if we're below our seasonal delayed attribution multiplier, 1 day ROAS, time that, then we can make informed decisions that aren't knee jerk and freaking out.
Exactly. And I think like something to, I don't know, I mean, like something that we do a lot here at CTC is like for example, like I just looked at a client where I actually looked at it for October, and I'm seeing how low that lift now because I have a lot more data in October than I did in previous months because we increased spend so much. So basically what I'm able to achieve by even looking at an attribution, not to confuse anyone, but like if you're looking at it for a not closed window, then you can assume it's going to get a little bit better. So if you're like looking at it and your delayed attribution is only at say like 15%, but you're still hitting your like success metric with that 15%, then the great thing is that you can assume that will be better with a fully closed attribution window.
Yeah, you're hitting that success metric, and that success metric is adjusted for those seasonal realities.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, I'll link to the calculator too, because it's really
once you have the calculator, your life will get a lot easier. But
you pull it, copy and paste, dump it in, and see what it looks like. But this is great. I was like, if you could explain it to me and I understand it,
well, great.
We're golden.
Yeah. Awesome.
And then I'll just tag you so that any hard questions you have to answer.
Amazing. Yeah, it'll be a test.